Hey everyone, I know you have tons of tutorials in Pearson My IT Lab, but I wanted to run over just a few highlights that sometimes confuse students early in the semester. When you go into My IT Lab, the first thing you need to know is that sometimes it takes a while to load. Always give it at least 60 seconds before assuming something is wrong. Now let's talk about your assignment types. First, let's talk about simulations. Here's the simulation for Word Chapter 1. You may find that the instructions are down here at the bottom of the screen, or you might find that they're on the right-hand side of the screen, depending on how large your screen is. The first thing you should know is that your instructions, the ones that you're currently working through, are always going to be in bold. Just because you've completed an action doesn't mean that you're done with a particular assignment. So for example, if I start Microsoft Word, that's not going to mean I'm ready to go to the next step. This step will remain bolded until I've also finished the step to begin a blank document. Now for many of these steps, you might already know how to do them. You may have learned this in high school or a previous college course. If so, you can breeze right on through them. But you're going to come to a time in which you don't know how to do all the steps. When that happens, that's when you go to the learning aids. The learning aids give you three options. 1, they'll give you written instructions. 2, they'll play a video for you. Or 3, they will run a simulation in which they move the screen around and show you step by step what to click. Personally, I prefer the practice simulation for filling in my own knowledge gaps. As you're working through an assignment, be sure to save your work. But very importantly, when you're done with all of the items, remember to hit submit. You won't have a grade until you hit submit. Now let's look at a few notables from capstone assignments. Every capstone will start by downloading material. You can choose to download the materials individually or download all files at once. If you download all the files at once, it will download as a zip file and you'll need to extract those files before you can begin your assignment. Step 2 is always to follow the instructions you've downloaded. But a handy tool is this Preview the Steps button, which will show you the rubric for how your assignment will be graded, so you know how many points each step is worth. When you're done with your assignment and you're ready to submit, there are a couple of steps. First, you have to choose the file you want to upload. Then after you've selected the file, you have to also hit the Upload button. Once that's done, you'll see it say Success. Here is where it's really critical that you've worked on a PC, because non-PC file types are not going to be able to upload. Then you're going to actually submit the assignment for grading. So you choose the file, you upload it, and then you hit submit to turn it in. Here I'm going to provide a word of caution. While grading, My IT Lab will also check for plagiarism. And these are going to be instances in which you've uploaded a file created by someone else or copied and pasted part of someone else's project. The plagiarism detectors in My IT Lab are excellent. And they're going to assign an automatic 0 on any assignment in which someone else's work shows up in your submission. If you get stuck, ask me for help. That's why I'm here. Please don't use one another's work when completing these assignments. After you submit it, you can go back to your assignments and then look at the rubric to see what you did right and what you did wrong. Clicking on these 3 dots, you can view your submissions. Click on your grade, and then see line by line what you did. In some instances, you'll see a drop-down. Clicking on that, you'll see which pieces of a particular step you got right and which need to be corrected. You can download the file you've submitted and correct just the pieces of the assignment that were incorrect, then go back to your assignment page and resubmit a new draft. I hope these tips have been helpful.